Fanspeak, where the plan runs deep. The team grind hard, don't eat, don't sleep. From best ball dreams to DFS streaks, they help you print money every single week. No cap, no gimmicks, we breaking limits. NFL bets, yeah, we live this business. Meg and Steve, that OG vision. Draft room killers on a lifelong mission. More stress to the Sunday spread. Fanspeak's that voice that's inside your head. Best ball, DFS, NFL bets. They built it brick by brick, no regrets. Fanspeak team, printing money since day one. Fanspeak, forever.
Welcome back to another Best Ball Lunch Break. This is Talking Ball, Steve-O Speak. We are going to get back into the streets, get to it, do some drafts, have some fun, talk camp news, talk camp injuries, and we're going to get at it. So we got King QC in here, GM, Meg posting Fanspeak rankings are updated for paid Substack subs. Upgrade here, $8 a month. We have a lot more plans going forward with our Substack, so looking forward to that. We got Huckleberry in here. I'm under my desk at work. Let's do this. Mike Rob the King has returned. Meg, let's go. Absolutely. So yeah, we are into, kind of middle of August. We had the first preseason, game, the Hall of Fame game. Now we had the first full week of games. Unfortunately we are seeing more and more injuries. And so we will talk about that. I wanted to talk a little bit about that. And I think we have a situation here where some are ones we have to really worry about, some are less so. And some of these seem to be guys that this was regular season, they'd still probably be out there. And so they're just maybe missing a few practices out of an abundance of caution. Others definitely feel a lot more concerning. The one on the thumbnail is Luther Burden. That one is kind of an in-between because it's definitely a real injury. It's possible that he might be back by week 1. For me, though, we've heard this before. We've seen this before. Some guys in the past, like Josh Downs, Darnell Mooney. I mean, these are different types of injuries, but guys who is like, okay, early camp injury, but probably back by week 1. Sometimes they only miss a game or two, but sometimes they're kind of slow out of the gates. It's just something we have to really keep an eye on. And Burden, given where he's going, we do have to be concerned. I think I'm definitely taking Odunze and Loveland now above him. I like Luther Burden a lot. I really believe he's going to be a big part of the Bears' plans, but missing early time can lead to just a really slow start. And for a guy taken in the first 5-6 rounds, we have to be more wary. If this was a guy taken in the 13th round, I care less about that. So I think you just had to kind of consider the first couple of weeks. It's going to be a big issue. Another situation is the Colts. Downs feels better than Pierce, but Pierce I think has the higher upside and spike week potential. But the Pierce injury does sound concerning. He's needing more injections. Not ready to go. He very likely could, miss the first couple games of the year. I do think when he's back out there, he offers a really high upside. They paid him. There's no Michael Pittman. Just his spike week potential offers a lot. But it is just kind of concerning. Speaking of injuries, I saw today, and Meg won't like this, but Aaron Rodgers said that both the DK Metcalf and Michael Pittman Jr. have injuries. So, there's been, as far as I've seen, no follow-up on that to hear what that is. But I think it's something, we have to be wary about. In terms of some of these other injuries, I believe I saw Mike Evans is back at practice. I think that's good news. Just given the 49ers track record and everything. I'm still big Mike Evans bull. I think he's going to, particularly without Ricky Pearsall just be in line for a big year. As I've said before, this is a guy who 2 years ago missed 3.5 games and still finishes wide receiver 9 in both total points and points per game. Why he can't do that again if he could play a full year would be beyond me. So, I think that is one positive in terms of the injury news front. Zay Flowers also, there was a slight concern about him. I don't think that's anything to be really worried about. So that's another positive one from what I've seen. This isn't receiver wise, but J.K. Dobbins being back in pads at practice today, big thing. I mean, anytime Dobbins has an injury, that is. And Flowers return to practice as well. So, we got some positive news. And Downs return to practice. Yeah. So it is tough. The other one I saw return to practice was Jalen McMillan. That was a concerning one last week, but it was kind of what I said in our Discord at the time was it's probably the type of injury that he would play through or at worst miss 1 week. And that's essentially what it was. He missed a week of practice. So these guys are case by case situations. And we kind of have to go from there. But I do think there is a lot of things that we need to cut through the noise with some of these injuries. Like which ones are real, which ones could miss time. And I do think any missed time is a factor. Like if people say it's one game, doesn't matter. But they're missing one game, they're probably going to be slow at the gates for another couple. And right now it actually looks like Malik Neighbors might be, one of the more healthy receivers in the league. So that's definitely positive news as well. So let's get into a draft and then we will get and talk it through more as we get going. Going to start with a pit bull, but we can, do puppy 3 if we want, and figure it out from there. But I'm going to do a pit bull. I'm going to count it down here and I will enter in 10 seconds, entering in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, enter. Thank you so much, Brett. Good to see you. Appreciate you so much. Let me know who got the Memby. But I appreciate you for donating a Memby. We need a Parker Washington ticker on the bottom, Steve. Yeah, that is one I need to start getting higher on. In my latest rankings, I adjusted Parker Washington up even above BTJ. I'd been pretty stubborn about that for a while. I do think BTJ just has higher touchdown upside, but it's hard to ignore this much noise and this much buzz. So I moved Jacoby Myers down some, and I moved Travis Hunter down a significant amount. I still think Travis Hunter is immensely talented, but he's just going to be limited. I do have concerns that for as much hype as there is about Parker Washington and even BTJ to an extent, is 4 guys is too many mouths to feed it from the receiver standpoint. And I just think they eat into each other. Even though Washington and Thomas could be good receivers this year, having a Travis Hunter probably eats into their upside case. Absolutely, Jamie. Print money, print money. Do a drafters next. Yeah, I can do a drafters. Did all my pit bulls already. Still waiting on 4. Get your limbs in. The contest won't last another week. Yeah, I'm not the biggest limb fan, so I can get talked into doing the limb if that's what chat wants, but it's definitely not my favorite contest. So we will see what second draft we do. Some other news and this is what Matt Harmon was saying on ETR. He's the highest on BTJ in Washington, but there's an outcome that all 4 wide receivers eat into each other and just need the right spike week wide receivers. Yeah, and that's kind of the concern that I have. Luckily none are like top 5 round. I mean, Park Washington's getting into that 5th round, but it is worrisome. And bring it up, talk about it. And I have not updated my rankings, so these are not my most updated rankings. So we will clearly go by ADP. Park Washington at 59. Okay, like even if he's wide receiver 1 on the Jags, well, Carnell Tate is wide receiver 1 on Tennessee, could get just considerably more targets. Same could Marvin Harrison on Arizona. Granted, they're in worse offenses. DK Metcalf, wide receiver on Pittsburgh, assuming this injury is not an issue. I mean, he goes 15 spots later and he could get 140 targets with probably better touchdown upside also. So it's like Park Washington could be wide receiver 1, but if he's getting 120 targets, Brian Thomas Jr. 110 targets, Jacoby Myers 90 targets, Travis Hunter 50 targets, like it just gets too split up is the concern. And just when you have these guys taken later who have as much, if not higher upside, Cortland Sutton, you can love Jalen Waddle as much as you want, and I'm taking more Jalen Waddle, but Cortland Sutton just has probably a much better touchdown upside than Washington. So Washington's got to get there on volume. Now the volume could not be there. Now Meg does not like me taking Justin Jefferson. You know what? I will take. I'll go Genty, and I'm going to move Hampton down more. Definitely take Genty first. I mean, it's just next to impossible to not take JJ. Especially with Kyler being named the starter. I will take Genty and Justin Jefferson. Kyler being named the starter, I mean, we knew this was going to be the case, right? But it just offers just such a different level of quarterback play. And we've seen Jefferson, basically any quarterback not named JJ McCarthy, Justin Jefferson is a top 3 wide receiver in this league. And when he has the healthy Kirk Cousins or Sam Darnold, he can, I'll say any quarterback, he's top 5. When he has Cousins or Sam Darnold, it's like top 3 with, top 1 overall upside. And I think that's the case here, right? I mean, Kyler is much more aligned to those types. For as much as people knock Kyler, and even last year with the Cardinals, he was more accurate than Jacoby Brissett. He just career-wise, Kyler has good numbers. Yeah, I mean, I know. I'll go back to the board. I like Peyton Josh here point up Derrick Henry. There was some good buzz about Henry just getting kind of the same workload. I think that's the case. This guy can lead the league in rushing touchdowns. I think we're a little too wary on him with that kind of upside. Yeah, I believe so. DK just needs a bag of candy to be good to go. Yeah. So is it freezing? I'll have to check the internet after the show. I can't do anything about it now. All right. We are coming up here. Devonta Smith, I know he's another one who's been banged up. I'm just not worried about him, much more worried about Mekhi Lemon. There was a report yesterday from Jimmy Kempski, who's been a good Philly beat reporter for a dozen years now. And, for the rookie, I'm very worried because not only is he, the learning of the new system and getting timing with the new quarterback or like learning of a new system like Smith has, but he's getting timing with the quarterback, just learning the NFL in general. A much bigger issue, him missing time than say Smith or any veteran around the league. Okay, so T goes. I almost got the double tap there. And we'll go Javonte. And we'll go back to the board. So goes Wilson, McMillan. I just struggle taking these two receivers from weaker offenses. As much as I like them in general, the next 6 receivers are just far better, and many are on great offenses, or at least good offenses. That was my phone. All right. All right, I will look at the internet, unfortunately, after. Not sure what is going on here. Okay. Hold on one second. I don't know why my Meg is messing with the background. Give me a second. All right, can everyone hear me now? Please let me know, is everything good now? All right, thank you guys. All right. So Lamar would be interesting. Christian Watson, Tate. I am not Jadarian Price. So definitely going to go Tate. I just got to take Lamar. I mean, my rank, I do have him, top 50, and anytime you're getting Lamar Jackson at the 6th round, that feels like stealing. Good to see DJ Quill. All right, we'll figure it out after the stream. Yeah, great value. Yeah, no, Lamar that late, I just can't pass that up. So Jefferson, McConkey, Carnell Tate, I've had this conversation for a while. Like, I do think there's a gap between Tate, Tyson, and Lemon. Like, Tate can be and should be wide receiver 1 on his team with big touchdown upside and deep threat upside. He is a vertical receiver, also size and profile to win in the red zone. Pre-draft, I was the biggest on Jordan Tyson. I think he actually could have the highest upside of any receiver from this class. The problem being is not even the injuries, but even if you think the Saints offense is a little better than the Titans, and might throw a little bit more, I actually think both will throw more than the Eagles when we include Lemon into the mix. But Tyson is, Chris Olave is going to get 140, 150 targets. It's not going to be Jordan Tyson. I think Tyson's probably much more capped to the 120-ish range, where I think Tate could get the 140-ish plus targets. Even as a rookie, I mean, we saw Brian Dable rely on Malik Neighbors. Neighbors missed 2 games his rookie year and obviously dominate. Does Tate have the Neighbors domination upside? No, but and Wan'Dale still had 140 targets that year. Wan'Dale can continue to have 140 targets this year. He's done the last 2 years in a row, but it's going to be Tate, who is the guy who can really be the big time fantasy producer. So coming up here, let me see if I refresh and get my BBO working. That didn't do it. I just updated it. Try and get that update in a second. Coming up in 6. All right, so can do Herbert for the second quarterback. Not going to take Kyle Lemon, as I just was talking about. Cortland Sutton, Jaden Reed. And I've said this. With Dubs moving on, with Wicks moving on, we're getting reports that Reed is in more 2 wide receiver sets. This whole he's had 8 snaps in 2 wide receiver sets. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to be sticky. So we'll do Herbert here, get a really good second quarterback. And I think I'm just going to take what the board gives me and go with Cortland Sutton. That feels pretty solid. Running backs will need some help, but I got 2 guys I feel good about. right. Let me get back to chat. I appreciate that, DJ Quill. Always good to hear your thoughts, and will be great to have you in our Discord. Yeah, that's annoying. Thank you, FK and Mike. I need your help. We got Bayou in here. Always good to see Bayou Bangle, another streamer. Always check out his channel. All right, coming up here at the 8-9 turn, I'm saying at 2240. Probably looking at the standard build at this point. We'll kind of see what comes back. I know a lot of people would only do 2 quarterbacks, and I could if it gets thin. I very well could, but I'll see what value hits. I wouldn't mind Ward as a 3rd quarterback with the Carnell Tate pick. Right, coming up here. Got 2 picks coming up. I think I'd love to get 1 running back, though they are going much faster than I'd like. I was hoping for like one of these 3, Mason, Monangai, or Quorum. I think all would have fit my build pretty damn well. But we'll just have to see. So we'll do Worthy for sure. And then I'm still going to be Rashard White over JCM. So yeah, I'll do those 2. So get my 5th receiver, kind of a spiky week guy. Also bring back to week 17 Denver or Chargers. But I'm still liking Xavier Worthy's price over paying the Rishi Rice freight. But I am taking Rice some. It's just I have a tougher time buying into Rice. And speaking of Matt Harmon's talked about this. Others have talked about it. Like Rice got there solely due to touchdowns last year. He's actually not putting up good wide receiver metrics. I understand his fantasy points per game have been very strong over the last 2 years and very limited sample size. But I just think there's a lot more fragility there than people give credit for. Got Bayou. You got more Dak, Herbert, just what we were talking about. I got Herbert, not Dak. This is a Pitbull, or Pitbull 2. All right, so let's try to refresh, and hopefully this will be good to go. All right, now I have my exposures. Sadly, you can see my Ricky Pearsall share there. I do have 2.5% George Kittle Meg. I do think this probably includes my pre-draft as well. I don't think I separated that out. So I think just my main Aaron Rodgers is closer to 30%. Where did Gainwell go in this one? Gainwell went, that's a good question. Uh, 107, one pick before I took Worthy. So Mark Andrews would be the easy click there. Could even double tap tight end with likely. Not likely to be taking Keaton Mitchell there. And he goes. So that's a good thing. I again, my rankings are not, the Mark Andrews snipe, that hurt. I'll take Isaiah Likely. I like Coker, Aaron Jones, Chris Rod. Could just go Goddard for a second tight end, but I think I go Aaron Jones. Yeah, I think I got it in. Hopefully I did. Whew, okay. Actually, I wanted to take my rankings off since I need to upload the latest ones. I also don't want somebody who is definitively not going to be playing. Looking for another Superflex Frenchie on Friday. That would be fun for sure. And another Marathon Frenchie. You need more. He may start week 1. I mean, I don't care. Down to 3 slow drafts on UD, slowly drafting drafters until week 1. Interesting. UD lost my business. Oh, wow. I didn't realize you were, kind of out on them now. We got Whoheams checking in. Why Aaron Jones or C-Rod? This is why I'm worried about you. I mean, I have considerable more C-Rod, and Aaron Jones, it's simply, the offense is really good. I think Mason is the lead back. Aaron Jones has always shown spike week potential, and I think just gives me, an okay value at, 133. His ADP is 125. I like C-Rod as well. So I'm sitting at a 2451. But yes, good to see Whoheams. Good to see everyone. Thank you for jumping in, joining me. Absolutely. Okay, Hunter Henry goes. He is going a little higher now with the extension. a lot of people were thinking like they were going to be moving on from him and all this kind of stuff. That clearly isn't the case. I think he's clearly a featured portion of the Patriots offense, which should be one of the best in the league. Boston moving up. I mean, I think that's a great pick. So back-to-back picks here. I think going to tight end is ideally Shaker Strange. Don't need running back. Receiver. So Chig and Strange both go. And we'll do Naylor. And then I'm going to wait on tight end. Yeah, I'll take Kamara then. And be done at running back. So we will need 2 tight ends down the stretch to go with likely. I'm sitting at a 2.561. See what gets back at quarterback. And go from there. Oh, jeez. That's ridiculous. Can't load more money without proof of residency. 9 more likes and Meg will send out 5 free Fanspeak fam mems. Yeah, I like the Kamara pick. I get that, Brett. It's all the annoying bureaucratic BS we have to do. Hartman in here. Good to see Hartman. Jaden Blue, that's a big move up. And I know he's getting some good buzz. I think that's fine. I just worry. I don't know if he's got as much contingent value as like other running backs in this range. Well, let's not get crazy, DJ Quill. I mean, no, I mean my combined is probably around 600 teams right now. So I'd have to see where I'm at total. And when I say combined, I mean on Underdog. I mean Superflex, pre-draft, all that. All right, coming back up here in the 15th round. And we can figure out what I will draft next. I mean, I can go to drafters if that's what people want. I know Brett obviously wants that. I haven't streamed a lot of drafters, and most of my drafters is pure slow. You'll see a ton of slow drafts if we go over there. But like I said, I'm open to doing another pit bull. I'm open to doing a puppy. I can do a limb, not my favorite contest, but I will do one. Just let me know which chat wants. And coming up in 2 picks here. Let's see. I mean, could Aaron Rodgers get back to me? I don't know. And Peyton Peyton proved Meg right. So we're going to just double tap tight end here, I think. We'll take Hawkinson and AJ Barner. So likely Hawkinson, AJ Barner. That feels like a solid tight end room with not much investment, and falls on all three, to be honest. Some smaller than others. But Hawkinson, I know some people think Kyler Murray, Trey McBride. Honestly, McBride got a ton of volume. Just had a bad run out in the red zone. I think the reason Trey McBride also got so many touchdowns last year, one, Marvin Harrison, and what I will say, Kyler Murray scrambling in the red zone, because that was a thing that Jacoby Brissett didn't do. But James Conner, there was no James Conner. James Conner has been a red zone bull for years, and that's a big factor. Not only no James Conner, but no running back. I think Jeremiah Love is one of the biggest threats to Trey McBride's, elite tight end upside. So I already binged something on UD. I should try elsewhere. Gotcha. I can do a poll for feedback. May get to 400 across all sites. Let's just absolutely send it in multi-table mastiffs. Weekly winners. Thank you. I mean, I'll do weekly winners. I've actually had some okay success there. Just, never in the top 5, which is where you kind of need to be. I personally prefer weekly winners than limb, to be honest. I loved being proven right. I'm sure you did. I can't log in for poll. A limb for the win. Would you guys trade Burden for Monty? Good to see you, Eatman. If your running backs after Cook or NCMC are Brooks, Monangai, is that Monangai? Mason, Sharp, Kennedy, and RB3. Yeah, I mean, without knowing your full scoring system and is this for half-point PPR? Are there bonuses for certain things? Is this dynasty? Is this regular? Because Burns obviously way younger than Montgomery. But I'd say in most general scoring systems, I think Monty is going to be a week in, week out starter. There's no question. There's no concern about another running back sharing with him. I think the offense is going to be middle of the pack. And Burden missing time, probably missing early time. Love the upside. I also don't know the rest of your receiver room. But if you feel your team really needs a good third running back, probably for your flex play, then running backs are going to score more in most systems. So quarterback, we will go with good old Shador. Add that there, and then wide receiver. We'll just do Keenan Allen. And hopefully that went through. Good done, Surratt. If I had more time, I would have looked up if Lane was taken or not. I'm guessing he has with all the camp hype he's getting. Oh, damn. I don't think he was. But no big deal. Not overly high. Oh, he was. He was taken in the 15th round. Maybe it just, a lot of these I understand. And this, I like Jalen, I like Jacoby Lane coming out this year, but I think he's much more of a project. He is a great highlight reel receiver, but I just don't know if he's ready for the big time and week in, week out type stuff. So we'll see. Maybe he is. but I feel this is the problem sometimes with reporters and beat writers is they, I've heard people say, I've never seen a guy have a camp like Lane. Okay, but most of it's against air or single cut or, one-on-ones, and one-on-ones the receiver should win. Like when the receivers aren't winning, that's a problem. One-on-ones are built for receivers to win. And I get he's doing highlight reel catches. Awesome. It's good that he has that club in his bag. But there's no guarantee when we're playing 11 on 11, he's going up against, Steelers defense, Bengals defense, even as bad as it's been in the past, all these different teams, he's going to be out there getting open against top tier corners and safeties and just schemes that are meant to keep him from getting open. Just something I want to keep in mind. And, these preseason games are going to be big to see who kind of win, what the Ravens wide receiver pecking order is after Zay. So let me show the board real quick. Again, I think it's just King, QC, and Legion. I recognize other names, Jay Loading, obviously A Crack. A couple others. If you're in here, let me know. Even if you're not a Fanspeak mem, I'll give a quick shout. But let me show the board real quick, and then we'll go over these teams and figure out what we'll draft next. So I had a big Viking stack without Kyler, but I don't mind that. I think the Vikings can be a top 10 offense, top 15 for sure, and getting a good chunk of that offense at reasonable prices, I think is pretty good. So Lamar, I think he's too cheap at 56, 61. To me, he's in the same price. Justin Herbert, Shador Sanders. So I think for most of the year, it's going to be 3 starting quarterbacks. Ashton Genty, Javonte Williams, then take a big gap. So it's kind of like a double anchor. Shard White, Aaron Jones, and then Alvin Kamara. I think 3, probably number 2, more used in passing down backs. They'll have plenty of usable weeks, couple spike weeks in there. And, as long as Genty and Javonte can stay healthy, I think it's pretty fine. Wide receiver room, Justin Jefferson, Ladd McConkey, paired up with Herbie, Carnell Tate, Cortland Sutton. Good top 4. Xavier Worthy, as I mentioned before, I think is pretty good. I like Jalen Naylor, again, for the price that we're getting him. And then throwing on Keenan Allen, could have gone my guy Surratt, but we'll just do Keenan Allen there. And with the way things are going, he could be landing with the Colts momentarily, or somebody else. 3 tight ends, talked about during the draft. Got a low value on all of them. Likely Hawkinson, AJ Barner. I'm not worried about the Kyler, to Hawkinson being the risk that people make it out to be. Hawkinson's still relatively young. He's a couple years removed from the major injury, and what's more important is he's removed from JJ McCarthy. I will stand on this soapbox every show. I don't think people realize how bad JJ McCarthy was to the Vikings offense as a whole, and of course their passing weapons specifically. AJ Barner really was impressive last year. I think the Seahawks are going to throw the ball a lot more this year, so his numbers could go even higher. All right, so Legion and King QC. Legion in here, 5 spot, 3-5-7-3, Purdy, Stafford, and then tacked on Kirk Cousins. Running back room, Christian McCaffrey, Ramondre, Rico, J.K. Dobbins, Tyler Algier. So like anchor with Christian McCaffrey, but Ramondre, Rico, Dobbins could all end up being number 1s on their team, even in split backfields. And then Tyler Algier, I think they signed him for a reason. Yes, Jeremiah Love's there. I think Algier will get a solid workload, and in the 140, 150 range is a fine pick. Nico, Devonta Smith, talked about him earlier. JMO, Devontae Adams. That's a very, very strong top 4. Romeo Doubs as the 5, Omar Cooper, and then Tyquan Thornton. I I like Tyquan Thornton. I talked with him with Meg and the other day, and I was never a big Tyquan Thornton fan coming out, and early on he was clearly a raw player, but I thought he looked much better last year, and Chiefs believe so as well. They re-signed him to solid deal for a number 3 receiver, and we're talking about a team whose top 2 receivers are Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy. These guys have missed more games than they played, basically. And people will say some was suspension, but it's only 6 of Rice's missed games are suspension. A lot are due to injury. And, I just think Thornton can offer some super late round spike week potential. Gadsden, Schultz, Ferguson. Gadsden is falling more and more, so it's becoming a better and better price. I just have a tough time taking it. I know there's been some reports he's blocking better and all this kind of stuff, but I just think it's going to be a real tight end rotation. I know Mike McDaniel talked about it with the running backs, but I think it's going to be the tight ends and with the fullback also. Gadsden will probably have a couple games, so I think pairing him with Dalton Schultz is absolutely the right play, because Dalton Schultz should be Mr. Consistent, 6 to 8 targets a game, many games like 8 to 10 points, a couple games in the 15 plus range. So I feel like that's good. Terrence Ferguson is probably more akin to Gadsden, but just at a much better price. So I don't mind it. Both are obviously very similar offenses. So as long as between the two of them, Gadsden and Ferguson are hitting enough spike weeks to pay off, that's a fun way to build with Schultz as kind of like the chaperone, the true chaperone to these second-year tight ends. And then King of QC, 3573, May, Dart, Bryce Young, 3 starting quarterbacks. 2 with big-time rushing upside. Bryce Young, among later quarterbacks, has probably the best rushing upside. The Genos, the Aaron Rodgers, whether it's Mendoza or Cousins, they're not going to run much. Bryce Young, we saw 2 years ago, he ran a bit more. That could come back. It's not going to be at the level that May and Dart are running, but enough to just help his floor. Cook, Barkley, double anchor there. Travion Henderson is a big home run swing. Tyron Tracy is, I think a pretty solid number 2 back. And Kamani Vidal, if we're gonna, people who want to take Mike McDaniel's comments as negative for Hampton, I've heard people take it positive for Mitchell. It's probably best for Vidal because he's going so late, and clearly has some sort of role there. Jalen Waddle, Tedero McMillan, Jaden Reed, Mekhi Lemon. So 10-pick Fallen Lemon. I mean, that's kind of right around where I have them. Stribling, Malik Washington, Malachi Fields. The only thing I'd say is I do worry after your top 3 receivers who, have some injury risk of their own with Waddle and Reed. But after your top 3, it's just a very young group with very uncertain roles. Lemon, we believe, will end up as the Eagles' number 2. I just think it's probably not as clear-cut as in recent years where Eagles' number 1 was Brown, number 2, Devonta Smith, and both of them had more than enough targets and usage and production to, be top 20-ish wide receivers. I don't know if we're going to be able to say the same with Lemon at the end of the year. I think he might be the number 2. But I think him and Wicks are going to be much closer than, say, Devonta Smith and Dotson have been in the last couple of years. Stribling, with no Pearsall, things are more open. But he does have to fend off a lot of vets, including Debo, who I don't think is nothing. And then Malik Washington, he could be the Dolphins' number 1. He could be the Dolphins' number 4. I just don't think we know at this point. I'm not really taking a lot of him, just because you do have to take it a little earlier than I'd probably like. Malachi Fields, though, is getting good buzz, so don't mind that. Fannin, Chig, Greg Dulcich, not a ton of investment at tight end. And I think it's smart to do 3, especially with Fannin. Solid group overall. Fannon's price, it's more just the opportunity cost of what else you can get at that range when tight ends a few rounds later probably offer as much upside. But yeah, fun team. I think it's going to live and die with getting top end quarterback scores and top end running back scores, and then just hitting on a couple of these depth pieces. So that was nice drafts all around. Hopefully 2 of the 3 of us are making it through. And let's see what chat wants to do. Drop in chat if you want to draft next. Pitbull again, Puppy 3, Eliminator, or Drafters. Brett saying Drafters, I'll be the only one. Right. Ant asking, are you maxing BBM? If not, how come? Just curious. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just, I don't love the cost of it. These pit bulls are $20. So I'm going to max this. Essentially I can do a pit bull and a puppy, and each of those can get a 6-figure prize. They can't get a 7-figure prize. I understand that. Both have better advance rates, even though the puppy's not as good. But the pit bull is just far superior. And I'm going to be drafting just so much volume that I like spraying it out, even in some of the cheaper stuff, even in like the schnauzers and stuff of that nature. I need to do more of the badge bros, but the badge bros is another one. Like, I know it's a different style of contest, but it's $10, top prize $100K, just far better advance rates. So I'm not going to have as many bullets at the big prize, but it's just such a grind in the playoffs there. So that's why for me, I'm not going to max. And while there have been some promos, I'm taking advantage of the BBM promos that there are. They're not the same level as, say, Drafters or DraftKings, which make it much more palatable to do their main. And those sites don't have as many other options as well. So we got a puppy. You really need RB3 badly if you have Brooks and Mason. Oh, going back to that. Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, this is the difference though between like managed and best ball. Like in best ball, yeah, I think that's the case. I'm assuming that's a very managed question, where a David Montgomery I think is a plug and play, just every single week, where Brooks and Mason can be a little bit more, you have to pick your spots. Full PPR, redraft 10 team standard scoring. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I definitely, again, not knowing your whole wide receiver room, but if you really feel like you want that third running back, whether you're starting 3 running backs or it's just the flex is better, I go with that. Do you like Swift more too? In PPR Swift, I agree with Brett here of the two, but I think they're both very similar. Jacoby or Jalen Lane? Jacoby, definitely. That's a great point. Justin Herzig's newsletter, such a great read. And yeah, Camp Steam, we get too hyped with some of these videos, and it's obviously worse. Reporters do it, which is bad enough, but then fans do it, and it just gets spread around so much. And yeah, loudness tax, basically chasing up guys with too much Camp Steam. Great tag there, Meg. I have a way bigger than Hawkinson bags. I'm with you. Him and Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram's not one I'm getting behind. I know there was some buzz about them trying to get him more involved. I'm just not sure I believe it. But yeah, the Hawkinson stuff, I just think, I know it's been a while, but at the time that he got injured, and that was a couple quarterbacks ago, Hawkinson was like a top 3 tight end, top 5 for sure. Then he got injured, missed the rest of that year, missed the start of the next year with Darnold, but he was okay with Darnold down the stretch. And then last year, of course, was just a disaster. It's so steamy right now. Can't wait to Thursday. Yeah. What about Christy Kirk? Christian Kirk, I think is another reason. Like Stripling like I said, there's multiple veterans that he has to get through for wide receiver. I think Debo is wide receiver 2, and then wide receiver 3 becomes Christian Kirk and Demarcus Robinson. Yeah, Malachi Fields, 18th round, feels pretty good right now. Puppy 3 or Pitbull. Slow Puppy, only 5 total drafts left. I should enter him. DraftKings is killing UD this year, in my opinion. Yeah, DraftKings has done a lot more stuff. Doesn't the increased DraftKings rake eat most of the benefits of the promos? So I don't think so, because you also get rake back as well. So there's that. So that balances it some. But I mean, we're talking just the flat out, was it 375 that you're paying, you get back. I mean, that's a significant amount, and it depends on how many of these promos you're doing. But I'm going to do 150 DraftKings teams, and to say nothing of the tickets that I've gotten for the $3, the $10, baseball, golf, which most of those didn't amount to anything. But not ignoring all those other tickets, just the DK dollars I've gotten back, or the free tickets to the millionaire. I doubt I will probably only pay for, I don't know, 120-ish. And so that's like 30 off the bat that are free. And then it's like 375 you get back. Like, that's going to make up for the rake for sure. And my point is, it's what I care about more is the money I'm paying out. So to max BBM or DraftKings, it's technically the same amount, $25 a piece. I'm paying way less to max DK. And sure, the prize pool might get affected a little bit, but it's also better advance rates in the playoffs for that specific contest. But I mean, it's good to talk about. Teams are definitely more fun. Actually, don't hop in those slow puppies, because I am stretching those bad boys. They're a big contest and slightly bigger finals. Yeah. Like, I don't care about the bigger finals, and also it has, like, bigger prize. So yeah. Thoughts on the Pat Bryant steam? Curious how you're viewing Sutton and Bryant now. I mean, Sutton, I don't think Pat Bryant is affecting Sutton at all. They just gave him a big extension. He is, I just think that's their number. I think Bryant might be ahead of Franklin for the number 3. I just don't think it's impacting Sutton. Like, we just don't see that. Like, there's just not a good historical precedent, mid-round receiver overtaking established veteran on a big contract. Like we just don't have a great track record of that. And Bryant was fine last year, but it's not like he was overworldly. It's not like he was like, Terry McLaurin was a 3rd round pick. Terry McLaurin dominated as a rookie. Pat Bryant was fine, So I just don't think that's going to threaten a guy who's been a very consistent NFL and fantasy producer, is kind of the way I look at it. Yeah, 370 is 10% back. Yeah, so 9 free. So Who Heems is counting 9 free drafts and $95 back. Which, if you're spending it all, that's like almost another 4. So that's 13. I'm assuming there'll be a few more. So maybe you're not getting 30 for free, but you're going to get like 20, 25 maybe. And again, that's not even counting like the, I've gotten tickets for the $3, the $10, etc. DK has awesome best ball offerings. Only good thing is it's forced. Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. Competition is good. Yep. No, I showed the board. DK tweets are great because it's people tweeting, how can you make these teams? And then it's just 5 players all picked at ADP. We got Fancy Dog Pound in here. Good to see you. Fish in a barrel. Let's stay out of each other's BBMs today. I am Badge Bros focused, so it's a deal. We got Bukowski in here. Good to see you. I love hammering Sharks in the drafters streets. Broncos will mostly run 3 wide receiver sets. I believe so. They'll use a fullback some. They'll use 2 tight ends some, but I think they will probably be among the league leaders in 3 wide receiver sets. And also just like the targets, they are going to throw to their tight end probably near the bottom of the league. So that just leaves more out there for tight ends. And they do throw a lot. Like, people forget, the Broncos were like top 10. Let me double check this, but let me just give the exact number. But in terms of passing attempts, and this is a team with a great defense, like sometimes people get wary of that. Broncos were 4th in passing attempts last year. And the year before, Bo Nix's rookie year, I think they were 11th. 11th. So this is a team that throws a lot. This is a team that is very good passing the football. Like their touchdown, Bo Nix's touchdown rate was low last year, but I think that's more aberration. They're 4th in attempts, 11th in yards, 16th in touchdowns. So big gap in touchdowns. Don't like to see that. 13th in interceptions. So my hope is the touchdown rate goes considerably up and the yardage gets better, which should with Jalen Waddle as well. So that's why I'm really big on Bo Nix, and I like these Broncos pass catchers. So got a couple of votes for the puppy. I think that's probably what I'll just end up doing. And Meg saying, speaking of beat reporters, we have almost 375 people following our trusted beat reporter list. Yes, highly recommend that. We got in a Twitter kerfluffle yesterday. That's a fun word to say. When good old Grant Cohn, and let me go on this tangent for a second to defend my sister, because she got some also nasty pushback, but some pushback. Grant Cohn said Sean Stribling is the most impressive rookie or most impressive receiver at 49ers camp. Well, Debo's just getting warmed up. Evans has been staying out most of it. Get the hell out of here. Like, there's no way Stribling's better than these guys. You're out of your mind. I don't care what highlight reel catches he's making. Those don't translate to NFL games the same way that people think. And we're talking about Grant Cohn here. I mean, this guy is, let's be honest. He's a hack. He really is. He spent the entire, and I mean the entire off-season camp, mini camp, NFL draft, mini camps, training camps, saying literally up until week 1 that he was of the mind that Trey Lance was going to be the starter, was far better starter, and was playing better in camp and preseason than Brock Purdy that year. And literally, like the morning that the 49ers traded him away, he was still insisting on this. It was never going to be the case. Brock Purdy arm was almost detached and was still a far better option than Trey Lance. And that was him coming off a catastrophic injury. He's just a, honestly, an a-hole. And so I think it's good that May called it out, because those are the beat reporters. That's just fluff. Anyone saying Deshaun Stribling, he might be having a good camp, but there's no way he's the best receiver at 49ers camp. Broncos led the league in total pass attempts. Knicks might have led the league. Yeah, I think it was Bo Nix. As a team, they're 4th, which is extremely high. But yeah, no, this is what I mean. Going ahead, 5 Fanspeak members. Let me know who gets them. I think Waddle will be hurt all the time, like in Miami. So good to be deep at wide receiver for the Broncos. Good to see you game tight. Meg posted the members. If I don't know 5 members for a drafters. Ooh, I think Brett's got it. So Bukowski, Nick Buck disbanded, David Miller, Harry Doherty, And Brett, thank you so much. We will do a drafters. Let's go. The tribe has spoken. Thanks for the defense, brother. You're the best. Grant Cohn is worse. Yeah. Where's that Puash contract that they like him so much? I do agree with that, Crispy. Like there had been some buzz that he'd begin extension. Maybe it still happens. Let me know who got Brett's Membies as well. Appreciate that, Paul. Where are the UD Superflex contests? I 100% agree. GB Lifestyle, GB Sports, good to see you. Appreciate you shouting out the names. Some are saying the only 49ers receiver who comes close to Sterling is Jerry Rice. Yeah, no, I mean that is what Grant Cohn's saying, more or less. Waddle's Damon Plies leg injury. This cannot be a coincidence. Drafters next. Jalen Waddle into the blue tent. Great question. We need Superflex. Cohen's clickbait artist. Yes. All have relationships with players, so behooves them to tout. Yeah, relationship with players, with agents, sometimes the team, and because sometimes this is a team that wants to like up the ante. At this point, I won't enter another UD Superflex. I have my funds allocated. I will be a nice neighbor. All right, let's move over to the drafters streets. Let me pull it up here. Sorry, give me a second. I need to sign in. And all right. And we will do the main. Come on. Okay. Signed in. And let me switch over to drafters. So as you can see, I have a lot of slows going on drafters. A lot of slows. But we will do a fast one. So I don't do many fasts on drafters. We'll enter the main. There's one more. So are you already in here? Because I don't want to enter if you're already in. So I'll wait until this fills. I'm not in. Okay. Yeah, we'll wait then. I will just do a slow. Catch up on here. 49 minutes left. Tight end. I think we'll go. Oh, this is super flex. I was like, these ADPs seem way off. I will do. I'll do Jordan Mason. Okay, fresh lobby. We're going to enter a drafters, and I will say I haven't done many of the survival. I like that they're doing the survival. They still super flex going. They have a mini as well. Drafters is upping their ante also. I mean, obviously not the same level as DraftKings. They don't have the same, war chest, but I like that they are improving. So we're entering the main event and entering now. Did main Huheim, so in the main. Yeah, no, really becoming a fan of drafters. I mean, I always have been, but I like that they are improving on multiple levels. That is fun to see. All right. We are Still waiting on some. I don't think it's a refresh issue. So we can talk about anything else while we wait. I don't like Drafters Superflex as much because it's still start 3. Yeah, it is different. I wish it was what UD did, like it, because it just replaces the flex. So definitely agree with that. Up to 4. That is a lot of slows on the clock. All the anxiety I would have. These just take a while sometimes. Yeah, absolutely. But we'll just wait here and talk some ball. I appreciate Brett for the donation and support, and yeah, Meg. I think Meg's going to jump in, and that is the fun thing about Drafters is since it's marathon style. Like we're competing against each other, but not in the same way. Like we could have 5 teams from the single draft. I think that's hard. You really have to thread the needle, but we could have 5 teams from the single draft, not just in the money, but in the top, 10,000. Or I guess, but no, I'll just bring this up. But so only 11 people get 5 figures. 2 people get 6 figures. 45 people get 4 figures, and 500 get 100. So we could have 5 people in the top. 10,000 is just above the money, but 4,000. I mean, is that an unlikely? Probably, sure. But it's just, my point is, it's not a zero sum. Where I'm just competing. Brett and I are hoping to be the only ones to get money out of this draft. I do like that. So we're getting up there. Just have a few more spots to go. And the weekly winners, they added a weekly winners side to this. I've talked about before. I really think it's fun they did. I wish it was more than 10 people. It's 112,000 people competing for 10 payout spots every single week. I would have just made this, use the same prize pool because it's $10,000 per week instead of 8,000 of it to the top 3 spots. I would have made this top 100 even. Would have, I think, been a better option. And honestly, even if you extended it further and you're only getting $50, I think people would be okay with that. If you did top 250 or whatever the math would do. So I hope going forward next year, maybe that's something I look into. How are you playing the KC running back position after Walker? It does sound like it's much more up in the air and open, with maybe Brashard Smith being the guy. I have some Brashard Smith and DeMarcado from pre-draft. I've taken a little bit more Brashard Smith since then. I'm cooling my heels a little bit on Emmett Johnson. I still think he's got the most complete upside of the group. And I think it's probably just a committee approach, to be honest. If anything were to happen to KW3, and I get the 101. This is only my 13th main. I'm actually taking the Justin Herzig approach of doing these later, and which is why everything else is slow. So we got FF Stooge, I believe that's Hartman, right? We got Game Tight in here. We got Who Hames in here. We got Brew Crew in here. I don't think Meg got in here. I don't see her name. If I'm missing anyone else, let me know. So 101, I will go Gibbs. I do think Chase in full point PPR is a little bit more, viable. But and I need to click this. Wouldn't mind if they get rid of that. The I am ready, but so I will go Gibbs for the 101. But I am planning on maxing, so I'm going to be doing a lot of these next couple weeks. Some slow, but I am going to max. But Justin Herzig talked about like waiting, and I know he did a lot of autoing, so I'm not going to do that really, but I am going to probably be doing like 2 drafts at once, things of that nature. All right, what do we got here? So, Huheems takes Amon-Ra, McCaffrey goes to game tight, Puka to Hartman, Brew Crew, Justin Jefferson. I won't snipe you, Meg. I can't draft with Steve Speak in room. Interesting. Surprised UD hasn't given me that message on Fanspeak drafts. Put in Discord. Hopefully it fills. Thank you. Yeah. I love the concept. I just hope they change it. Who's Nona Pasta? Yeah, not sure. All right, so coming up here. At the turn here, I don't think you get Bowers to fall often. Definitely probably 1, if not 2 receivers. I now feel good about Neighbors. Like, I was not taking Neighbors really at all on drafters, just because any missed game is a missed game. And, if he was going to miss like the first 3 or 4 weeks, that's significant. But now I feel a lot better about Neighbors on the full point or full season formats like Marathon or drafters. All right, here we go. So, Nonis takes Neighbors. I'll go Pickens for sure. It's a Smith or Rice debate. I won't have a ton of Rice, but I will take him there. And let me go back to chat. Oh, no, I'm glad you got one, Bukowski. Not scared of this Chargers running back news. I mean, I'm going to knock Hampton slightly. I'm not going to overly knock him because I still think he's the lead back. He's the lead guy. In many ways, this is what Mike McDaniel did with Achane and Mostert. And it's just like the best guy is gonna play, and that to me is Hampton. So we'll see. The tough thing with drafters is definitely some of the ADPs are quite different. With it being every week mattering the same, I think it's much more aligned to having 3 quarterbacks for sure. But you still want a guy who can get those spike weeks. Having 3, Meg will take this as a knock, but having 3 Aaron Rodgers is not what I want. I want a guy with some real spike week upside, because any spike week, doesn't matter what week it is, any 30, 35 point week is huge. But that being said, like Aaron Rodgers, I mean, how many big time quarterbacks did Aaron Rodgers outproduce week 1 last year? How many did he outproduce that, week against the Bengals? Like any week that's happening is key. So, I want a mix of these guys and the guys like, the Daks, the, Goffs, the Staffords, the guys with very little rushing upside. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to, their total points are going to be slightly lower than some other guys, but they're going to throw enough where they have the 303, 304 type weeks that are hitting your lineup in a big way. So, with not needing to rely on a single playoff matchup or whatever, that's why I prefer the format. And it's rewarding the best drafted teams is the way I look at it. Puka left practice with an injury. If anyone has any insight on that, appreciate it. It's round 4. Is Pat Bryant still available? Hampton with 20 plus touchdowns, definitely goal line back. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I think he's got a goal line role. I think he's got a pass game role. No insight. That's on Puka. While I'm waiting, see if I can see anything on Twitter real quick. Yeah, no insights. All right, coming back up for these 2 picks. Like I just said, Lamar does go higher here, and I think it's very well deserved. So he's definitely an option for the turn here. I'm not going to take Luther Burden. I like DJ Moore, even in a non-stack. I like David Montgomery. I'm going to go Lamar. And go David Montgomery. Running back does thin out pretty quickly here as well. I really like DJ Moore, and maybe have some regrets about not doing DJ Moore and Montgomery, but having a guy like Lamar, like I said, those 30, 35 point games are just so big to help separate you. And I still want 3 quarterbacks, but having an Allen, having a Lamar, some of these other guys with that kind of big time upside, that can be a difference maker. Now, at the same time, the reason why I want 3 quarterbacks is because, I have to do the math. I've done it before, but however many drafts there are, that's how many Lamar teams there are, and they're all competing. So if Lamar goes off as QB1 this year, all those Lamar teams are, going to feel pretty good to make the money. But what you need then your quarterback 2 and potentially 3 to separate you from their quarterback 2s. And in many cases, they might not be taking a quarterback 3. So that's the other reason why I think third quarterbacks really can be a difference maker here, is because, even if when you hit the home run picks, the guys who, 2 years ago, Saquon Barkley in the second round, okay, but there was however many 10,000 Saquon Barkley teams, right? You want to now mix it up, and that's why. And honestly, I don't think zero RB and hero RB work as well in full season format. And when I say hero RB, if you had taken one in the first round, then one in the then Tony Pollard and Rico Dowdle, I think that's fine. But I mean, Christian McCaffrey, and then you don't take another one until Jordan Mason, then you might have some problems. Because you can't, the point is, those teams generally don't score as many points, and drafters and underdog are slightly different. But a lot of times, those teams, those 0 RB teams that make the playoffs, usually those are second in the pod. Very rarely are they going to be first in the pod. You'd have to really hit the nuts on all the cheap running backs. And honestly, it needs to be a specific year. So coming up here, Lamar, Gibbs, Monty Pickens, and Rashee Rice coming up on 2 picks. Oh, Warren did go. I was looking for Tyler Warren, but he's gone. Jalen Warren would be available, but still prefer some of these other running backs. So we do have a lot of people loading up at running back, which I think is definitely a right call here. Game type 4 running backs so far with Bowers, Flowers, and then probably that allows him to just load up at receivers down the wall, for the rest of the team. All right. Oh man. So I'll take DK, Metcalf. And then I will take, Drake May. And this is the other thing, taking, I still will look for a third quarterback, and it, could be a Shador, it could be, a Kirk Cousins. If let's say we know Kirk Cousins starts 8 games, let's say we get to the the end of this process and it's clear, they even tell us, Cousins is going to start the first half of the year, Mendoza is going to start the second half of the year. Well, Cousins has more value. Not necessarily relative to Mendoza, but the people who on Underdog would still say, well, Mendoza is just all about the playoffs, right? Well, here Cousins could have more value, and particularly if you're not expecting rookie mistakes, and he's healthy, Bowers is healthy, the weapons are healthy, etc. That kind of just carries more weight. So having Kirk Cousins as the third quarterback, now granted I have later buys with Jackson and May, so that doesn't feel as great. But I'd be okay with that. Same with Jacoby Brissett or Geno. Even if I worry about them not being there for the playoffs, they're going to play, 2/3 of the year, kind of at worst. So I don't mind that. But yeah, having 2 early quarterbacks, this is how I make the Lamar team different. I doubt many times he's stacked with Drake May or paired with Drake May. And if so, he's probably not paired with the third quarterback. Now, do I think I need to take a third quarterback next round? No. But I do think it's an interesting way to do it. Are you more likely to pull up guys for unique combos in this, or is that generally just a losing strategy? So that was the other reason I took May. I just feel like the value is there. And I understand May, by definition now, May and Lamar, one of them is sitting every week. This is not a super flex draft. But I feel I can catch up enough at the other positions. And if I can just dominate quarterback points, that can be a big win, potentially of quarterback 1 and 2. And if that's the case, I should dominate quarterback points. And even if they're 2 and 3 or 2 and 5, I could really, I'm going to be better than all the May teams that don't have Lamar and all the Lamar teams that don't have May, etc. So, for me, it's just a value thing. And to this next point, I wasn't going to take an RJ Harvey there. I'm going to unique combos. Sure, that's somewhat I don't mind doing, but I think you can do that later just fine. And I don't want to reach too much in general in the early rounds. Later, we get there and it's I'm going to mix things up a little bit by taking a guy 2 rounds too early in round 15 for a guy who normally goes in round 17. But I think the value is worth it. Then I'll do that then. So 96, 97. Probably looking at a running back here. Double tap. I like Pittman. I like Diggs a lot. Pittman, I don't think I will with. Yeah, so, I'm going to double tap running back here. I'll take Dobbins and Mason. Another situation like, hey, if Dobbins was a much better drafters pick than a underdog pick last year, because he had 10, 11 good games, pretty good weeks, usable just about every week, would have hit a lot of flexes, even on full point PPR. And you don't have to worry that he's not there for the playoffs. That's 10 weeks is 10 weeks. So, and kind of same with Mason, like, he's had some injury history. If I'm not a Claiborne believer, but if he is this guy who comes in at the end of the year, I don't care. I'll get my points with Mason early. But now I feel like in a good position at running back. It's just, and I think Monanga actually should go ahead of JCM, but coming back just with the gap at 120, 121, it's kind of a dead zone at running back. And so I felt like there would be really pulling up. I didn't mind Addison, Pierce, and Lemon, the injuries concerning. I mean, there's some other guys that I would take. I would have pulled up instead. But now I can probably take a break at running back. So we're entering the 10th round. We have Brew Crew here at 2340, Whoheams 2331, Game Tight 1431, Hartman 1440. Let me know if anyone else got in here that I missed. I think ideally I'm taking a tight end and a receiver, 2 wide receivers, these picks, but we'll see. So Lemon's still falling, Pierce is falling. Do have some wariness if they are missing time. But with the fall, I would consider them if they do get back to me. Still a few picks away. So Pierce goes there. Kyler, that's a nice pick paired with Addison. Purdy Debo, nice job, Brew Crew. And still probably looking tight end, wide receiver at this point. So Baker, Worthy. wasn't going to take Baker, but I do, like that pick there. Worthy would have been fun. So I'll take my guy, Travis Kelce. And I will take, Jacoby Myers, I think, is fine there, but Jalen Coker, the offense isn't as good, but I think he's the clear number 2 with no tight end stealing work. No even running back that we're overly concerned with. Not that the Jags have that either, but I just think Coker's a really nice, solid pick, particularly for this format. Because the thing that he might lack is stealing games, but I think he can offer a lot of good, usable weeks. Harvey Bulls are using the PPR format to bolster his stock. Yeah, the Harvey is tough. I know the talk has been he can be the third down back and stuff, but it's just a tough price between Dobbins, who we know if he can stay healthy is talented, and then Jonah Coleman's gotten good camp buzz as well. So I know Harvey is second round pick, and had a few flashes last year, but it's a lot of schemed up stuff. Just worry in a 3-man backfield, and as ADP, if he was going 130, if he was going where Tyron Trace is going, okay, but he's not. And that's, to me, a problem. All right. So I'm, now through 11 rounds, 2441, Hartman 2450, game tight 1541, Who Hames 2342, and Brew Crew 2450. So it is weird. Like, Harvey is the guy. I like the Denver offense a lot. Sutton, I think, is really well priced. I think Dobbins is well priced. I think you can pick your third receiver. Bryant Franklin, they're good pricing. Nix is great price. Harvey's the one I just can't get behind. At his ADP. Coming up in a couple picks. You like every Broncos piece I hate, and I like everyone you hate. Yeah, sometimes it works that way. I've been taking Waddle more. Like when the trade first got to happen, he was getting really steamed up. And then just some other things have happened that I'm taking Waddle a little bit more. I just like Sutton. I just think he goes way too late for an offense that we think is good. Like, it's something which I understand Nix's price has fallen, but it's like, unless we think the Broncos offense is going to be bad, Sutton's got to be a great price, barring injury, of course. Kamara would be interesting, but just going to double tap receiver here to catch up a little bit. Let's take Naylor in Boston. I don't worry about stacks near as much on drafters. I think it's way overblown. If they're both hitting value, sure. But am I gonna, and if I get to the 19th round and it's like, Bateman or Surratt, yeah, sure, whatever, or Keishon Boutte, okay, but I'm not going to force a stack. To me, it's all about like them, where their finishing value is. It's nothing of the stacks help a little bit, but very minimal, I feel, in this format. And it all boils down to, is Jalen Coker worth 121? Like, and over the course of a full year, because this is not getting bailed out in the playoffs. If he is, that's a great pick, or it's an above average pick, a good pick, a great pick, depending on where he's ranked. If Jalen Coker ends up being worth, pick 85, then it's a fantastic pick. If he's, when you boil it down, like Jacoby Myers, Concepcion, and Shakir are all better picks than Coker, then it's a bad pick. Like, that's who I should be taking. And that's regardless of whether I had the stack or not, which I clearly don't. Like, would I have taken Dubs there if Dubs got back to me? Yeah. But it was just because I think he's relative to that value. Would I ever take Dubs like at 97 to ensure I get a stack? No. I think that's a terrible process. Pulling guys up to 4 stacks, I think, is not great on Underdog. And I think it's terrible for this, because then they absolutely have to hit the value that you pull them up to. It is totally meaningless to force a stack, because it's not like getting bailed out in the playoffs. Like, the only way that can still work on like Underdog, I think less so than people think, but if it hits the playoffs, like if you pull up a guy around 2 rounds and generally for the course of the year he's not really worth that, but it's what you need in the playoffs, then it's worthwhile. But that's just not the case here. Does Harvey get more or less than 5.5 carries per game if all 3 are healthy? Yeah, that's kind of fair. And Harvey will probably lead the trio in targets, but it's not like Dobbins will get nothing. It's not like Jonah Coleman, who's also very good catching the football, is going to get nothing. I'm lower on the Broncos backfield in general because it is a 3-man situation. But yeah, and DK Waddle is better for sure. I fully believe Sutton won't have the same snap share this year. I don't see that. I don't see why that would change. Brian or no Brian, Franklin or no Franklin. Like, I think Sutton's their best red zone guy by a mile. And I just don't think he did anything wrong last year. Like, he played pretty well. And in fact, he was the guy who dominated the Eagles. I think the problem with Sutton is they would be okay getting away from him when teams would just shade their number 1 receiver or number 1 corner. And now the question is, are they going to do that? Or is likely that number 1 corner following Waddle? In which case, Sutton could actually see more work. But just something to keep in mind. And who knows? I mean, maybe the Davis Webb tweak to the Sean Payton system changes that a little bit. Take Dalton Schultz for second tight end. And quarterback, we will go Aaron Rodgers. I could have waited and taken one of these other guys, and like I said, the Kirk Cousins thing and all that, but a guy who's going to start 17 games, Aaron Rodgers, add value, feel good about. I had DK Metcalf as well. But again, this goes to the point, like, don't pull guys up. Now this is the opposite, but I wouldn't pull up Rodgers. Could Rodgers end up being better than Stroud, Darnold, Bryce Young? Absolutely. But if I pulled up Rodgers to 145, he has to. And it's the same vice versa with the receivers or tight ends. Like, if you have Jaden Daniels and you need a stack and you're like, oh, I'm not going to pull up Chig Okonkwo to 122, because then he has to beat out all these other tight ends, and that's less and less likely. Because really, to me, you wanted the guys who can hit their essential relative rank. Once again, would I have wanted Hunter Henry to fall back to me? Yes. Hartman got him, great. I think that's a fantastic pick at 165. But I'm not going to, pull up a guy just to pull up a guy. Like, I would not take Hunter Henry at 145. Now, if everything got taken away, sure. But there's probably somebody I like more, including Chig and Strange. I mean, I think Henry could outscore those two. But my point being, I felt the receiver value was better at 145. If I got Hunter Henry back, great. If I don't get the stack, I don't care. So done at quarterback. Running back thins out quite a bit. That's the other reason why I wanted for where I got him. And we'll see. Need wide receiver. Could take a third tight end. Ideally have a third tight end. Fan base loves Sutton. Well, and I mean, he's produced. He's produced 3 straight years with different quarterbacks, different system, or same system, but different quarterbacks. And he's just a red zone producer. And he's actually a better deep threat than people give credit for. Rodgers for Meg. Let me make my picks, and then I'll answer this. I will take. I'll take Pat Freiermuth. Relative range. Need the third tight end. I'll go Kamani Vidal. Mike Washington, I've hit or miss on. Sean Tucker. I consider George Helani because I do think there's plenty of usability early. Could have gone receiver. Receiver is just a deeper position, so I'm okay pushing that. I like my core where it's at with, Pickens, Rice, Metcalf, Coker, Naylor, and Boston. Potentially, Coker would be the number 2, and Pickens is number 2, or arguably the best number 2 in the league. So potentially, I just really like where I'm at with these 6. I mean, Boston's looked really good. I think him and Concepcion are just far and away. And Kayshon Boutte, I feel like there's a little too much steam there. It was a setup and I fell for it, damn it. No, I mean, it's just, I was not going to, pull them up. It just falls right at that ADP value. How often are you drafting off stream? Are you just in everything now that is August? I mean, I'm not doing a ton of fast. I'm still doing a lot of slow. I know clocks are going to start changing, particularly in Underdog. Underdog happens first. But yeah, I am needing to do more and more fast now that it is August and we are getting to that point. Like I said, I need to catch up big time on drafters here. This is my 13th draft and I want to get 150 in. So you can do the math there that I'm going to be doing a lot of drafts in the coming weeks. Yeah, no, I'm doing most like the other contest slows for drafters especially. All right. Jalen Wright, round 17. Interesting. All drafters streams coming in. Might need to do a couple. And I know this would just be for me. I would love all sites to separate and have, and drafters is actually probably the best, is because I could have like 3 fasts going and just toggle back and forth very quickly. But I'd love just a way, and this is for an Underdog, all sites, to where I can multi-table and it's just very clear delineation. And again, I think drafters is the best between the slow and fast. So I might need to do that where I'm multi-tabling, doing like, 3 mains at a time or something. We will take George Holani because any week he plays is a valuable week. And then let's go Cooper Kupp. So we got one more round to go. Yes, agreed. Yeah, really enjoying drafters and not just the main. The 250 interests me and the elim. Yeah, I don't think I'll do the 250, but doing the rest and not maxing like all of them, but we're gonna have a pretty good volume on drafters. And I do, I know it's not as popular, and but I do want to do probably some drafter streams. But there I'd probably just be doing main just to catch up. Like I said, I might even do like, and I know they wouldn't like be as crazy multi-tabling, but I might do like 4 at a time, 5 at a time. And sure, probably by the time the 5th one starts, the first one's almost done. And I've done it before, just not on stream, but it is nice because it will put the fast ones front and center so I can easily go between them. As told as Team OUT by coolers. Drafters is fun. Yeah. I hide from coolers in there. Very smart. Coolers, as we know, is a very, very sharp drafter. So coming into the last round, I'm 3673. Hartman 3583. Game tight 3682. Huheems 3673 as well, and then Brew Crew 3682. So I'm going to look wide receiver here. Still think, like the Valets, the Brendan Thompsons. Like I said, take a Surratt or honestly, Jahan Dotson, I think, doesn't get enough consideration. I know there's all the hype with Branch, but color me skeptical. Yeah, it's just looking if there's any crazy scroll down I wanted to get. Probably just let the draft come to me. I like what Brew Crew did here. Just took some receivers early and then just loaded up in the back half with a receiver. We'll go over, these teams afterwards. All right, a couple more picks. Keon Coleman is fine. Holbert, Surratt, Dotson, but it's week 11. I have a couple week 11s. We'll go Keon Coleman. Round out the team. So we'll go over my team first. Lamar, May, Aaron Rodgers, 3 quarterbacks, 3 starting quarterbacks, all full-time starters. Lamar and May, obviously, big-time upside. And Aaron Rodgers just, ensuring my floor is as high as possible. Running back, Jahmyr Gibbs, Dave Montgomery, J.K. Dobbins, Jordan Mason, Kamani Vidal, and George Holani late. So really relying on the top 4. And, for me, for Underdog, I consider the flex as a clear RB3 position, pretty much. It's far less here. So really, it's like Gibbs doing his thing for just about every week, and then Monty, Dobbins, and Mason rotating for the other position most weeks. Pickens, Rice, Metcalf, Coker, Naylor, Boston. I know only 3 in the top 100. I like the Coker price. I like Naylor and Boston. Could be wide receiver 1s on these teams. I know it's not the greatest, but that's also why I add in like a Cooper Kupp and a Keon Coleman. Better offenses, and also just Cooper Kupp hit 3 usable weeks last year. Wouldn't be surprised if it's like 5 or 6 this year. I think that's fine for the price you're getting them. Tight end wise, Travis Kelce, Dalton Schultz, Pat Freiermuth. So, by taking the 2 early quarterbacks, it does thin out like some of the positional stuff. But I do like mixing in some elite quarterback play. We'll do Hartman's team next. 3-6-8-3. Hurts, Shuck, Tua. So 3 starting quarterbacks, kind of 3 different areas. Hurts still earliest range, Shuck kind of in the middle, Tua late. I think that's a fine room, especially if Tua starts longer than expected. Scattaboo, Judkins, Tony Pollard, Blake Corum, Alvin Kamara, Ollie Gordon. I like that running back room, for waiting a little bit for the investment, until the 4th round, then taking 3 in a row. And then Corum, nice solid pick there. I think Kamara's good value, and Ollie Gordon, I think, is like the best 20th round click. I don't know why he still goes 20th round, to be honest. Puka, assuming no injury issue, is a very strong pick. He's one of the more consistent wide receiver producers, even if my fear, and this would, the other thing I talk about, this is like the one slight difference, but, I think he's overpriced in the relative of being wide receiver 1, but he's also very consistent, which is great for the format. So even if he is wide receiver 5 or wide receiver 6 and you lose a little bit of value, he can still totally be worth the 1st round pick, because every week that he's playing, he's putting up 18 to 25 points. Drake London, Olave, just the pass volume here between these top 3 is huge. Michael Pittman should be really good. Mekhi Lemon getting the fall, makes sense, though I do worry he might not start the year. Travis Hunter got a little fall, and I think he's been falling some. Zachariah Branch, Keenan Allen, we'll see where Allen ends up. The back half of this is a little bit more fragile. Of course, if Lemon takes a while to get going, Hunter can be very hit or miss. And Branch and Keenan Allen as well, but that could change considerably if Keenan Allen gets a good landing spot. And then tight end, Juwan Johnson, Hunter Henry, Colby Parkinson, 3 usable tight ends, 2 starters. Parkinson mixed in there as well. I think it's a solid team all around. Receivers, again, this is assuming Puka's healthy, very, very strong. Running back, I really like the top 4, and quarterback I think is done appropriately. Game tight here, 3-6-9-2. Bo Nix, Sam Darnold, and Shador Sanders. Shador, really good price on drafters, because even if he doesn't start the year, I think it's starting 10 to 15 games. I don't know if Watson will have a very long run at quarterback, given the camp reports we've heard. McCaffrey, Tootin, Bucky, Jalen Warren, Kyle Monangai, Brian Robinson. One thing I wanted to point out, Bucky, I actually like Bucky and Tootin a little bit better on the drafters format. I know Tootin has the explosiveness, but we don't need to rely on spike weeks as much for them. I think they're both going to have a lot of usable weeks. I've said this with Bucky a lot. I think this is more underdog scoring, but I think he's going to have a lot of 10 to 15 point games. I just worry about the 20 point games. Was RB3, that range? If he has 9, 10 to 15 point games, now drafters, again, you need a little bit more, let's say 14 to 18 point games, you're happy with that. Even if he never has a single 20-point game, you'd be very happy with that outcome. Kind of same with Tootin, kind of same with Warren as well. And I kind of think that's okay. I worry about all three of those guys having like time consistent 25-point games, 25-point games. But here it's fine. Same with Monangai. He's kind of the same. McCaffrey is your anchor, and then those guys are just rotating into RB2 and every now and then hitting your flex. Zay, Chris Godwin, Cortland Sutton, Casey Concepcion, Shaheed, Flournoy, Judy, Horton, Franklin. Zay in full point PPR, I think, is a much better option. Chris Godwin's looking good. Cortland Sutton, we talked about a lot. Casey Concepcion, I think, is great. And I don't know why his price is lower here than on Underdog. Shaheed, 140 feels good. Flournoy, probably one of the best number 3 wide receivers in the league. And, I'm not as high on Judy, but 197, definitely not as high on Horton. But 19th round, it's fine. And Troy Franklin, I actually think might be the best of these 3, just because I think him and Pat Bryant are competing for wide receiver 3. Then 2 tight ends, Bowers, AJ Barner, that makes sense. Got Who Hames here, 3-6-8-3. Daniels, Goff, Geno. 3 starters for at least the majority of the year. Even if Geno's not starting at the end, he's and this is the best way to do it, is when he's covering early buys like Daniels and Goff. Henry, Love, Harvey, Tank Bigsby, James Conner, Samaje Perine. I don't know if I can get behind the Perine thing. Conner, I think, makes a little bit more sense here on drafters, because it doesn't matter when he'd potentially get in or if he gets traded somewhere. Is fine. I do think running back, tails off a bit after Tank Bigsby would be my concern. Henry is a great anchor. It's just a little bit more fragile with Love and Harvey being less consistent. But Love obviously has the potential to be a great running back. Amon-Ra, Terry, Rome, it's a great 1, 2, 3. Worthy, Stribling, Cooper, which I honestly, at these prices, give me Omar Cooper over Stribling. I think Cooper is clear, in line for as good, if not better role than Stribling. And you're getting them, 25 picks later. Kevin Ridley and Kendrick Bourne, Kyle Pitts, George Kittle, Greg Dulcich, Kittle in 3 tight end rooms and fell a little bit. Dulcich feels good in Pitts. So yeah, tight end I like, quarterback I like, running back I'm a little wary, and receiver I think is pretty good. But running back, it's all about like, how much do we trust Harvey? I'm less so, but I know others feel differently. And then we got Brew Crew here, 3-6-9-2. Herbert, Purdy, Jacoby Brissett, same thing as the Geno, particularly with the early buys. Like, he should be covering 7 and 8 pretty easily. We don't really care if he's not really there for the playoffs. It's not impacting him near as much. Hampton, Breece Hall, Jonathan Brooks. It's kind of like double anchor, then Brooks, Keaton Mitchell. Mitchell's not my favorite, but Samson Allen I like quite a bit. But Mitchell, probably will hit your lineup a couple times. Justin Jefferson, Ladd McConkey, and I know it's part of a Herbert Chargers stack. I just don't like it because it's not the hand. I just don't think he's the true handcuff. That's just kind of my take on it. Justin Jefferson, Ladd McConkey, Devontae Adams, Marv, Debo, a fantastic wide receiver room. And then we talked about him just loading up on 4 late as well. So, Kirk and Debo to go with, Purdy. And this is what I mean. Like, you don't need 4 stacks, but when you're getting them at Debo can pay out this value. Can Christian Kirk pay off around 19 value? Absolutely. Particularly for people who are wrong on Stribling. And Antonio Williams, can he pay off, I'm sorry, that last team with Jaden Daniels. But can he pay off value? Absolutely. So I like this, like taking these rookies, 3 rookies, late to go with a pretty veteran room is nice. And then Andrews, Brenton Strange, I'm definitely okay stopping at 2 tight ends there. Only issues with injuries, but that's sometimes it's worth the risk. So that wraps up the drafters team. Let me catch up on comments and then we will get on out of here. But appreciate everyone for jumping in, joining, watching, commenting. Absolutely appreciate Brett for the gifted members as well. Thanks, Stevens. Just trying to figure out the drafters landscape. I'll probably also load them up in August. And Brett's saying it is August, but I think these last couple weeks I'm going to be in quite a few drafters rooms. So good luck to everyone else. But again, we can all be cashing from those rooms. Don't love my running back room, but room took them at, and kind of in the middle of the draft. I like being on one of the ends for that reason, to double tap when you need to, and to not get forced into some things. Took P. Ryan to try and push Love through first part of the season is all. Appreciate the drafters draft. Look like we got Hartman and others interested. Yeah, I'll have to do some more. That's for sure. But no, this is fun. Tomorrow, Meg will be back with, Justin Bruni will be back leading Best Ball Jeopardy. Meg and I will be back Thursday with Sibling Showdown. And Friday, we have a night stream, Friends of Best Ball night stream with Candyman, doing some drafts and drinking some bourbon. So that should all be fun. Looking forward to that the rest of this week. Huckleberry said drafters is underrated. You can tell Cooler says, now I agree, and I know who Hames and clearly Brett and others is of the same mindset. I do like drafters a lot. So this was a good idea by Brett, and we will have to do more of these. So thanks everyone again. Hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Good luck in your drafts, and we will catch you next time.
If you're serious about crushing best ball in 2026, the Fanspeak Best Ball Guide is built for you. Inside, you'll find breakdowns for all 32 NFL teams, including coaching notes, strengths, weaknesses, and key stats to help you understand every offense heading into draft season. We've also created player profiles for every draftable best ball player, featuring advanced metrics, MVP stats, production data, and exclusive spike week charts that highlight league-winning performances. Looking for rookie analysis? Steve, our rookie guru, breaks down this year's incoming rookie class so you know which rookies to prioritize. And whether you're playing season-long, eliminator, or superflex best ball formats, you'll get strategy articles designed specifically for each contest type. The goal is simple. Put all the information you need in one place so you can draft with confidence all season long. The 2026 Fanspeak Best Ball Guide is available exclusively for paid Fanspeak Degen subscribers. Check the links below to join today and unlock everything you need to attack best ball season with an edge over your competition. Fanspeak's Best Ball Guide. Draft smarter, win more, and we'll see you at the top of the leaderboards.